What's up, y'all? This is day number 3, the third day of my 7-day journey. And I tell you what, I'm already going through some obstacles right now. As soon as I woke up, just found out that it was snowing outside. Today's April 21st on a Wednesday. And I tell you what, the snow, we knew it was gonna snow, but we didn't prepare for it. Because I say this because me and my wife, we both forgot our, windshield wipers, where you scrape the snow off your car. So you forgot to bring one of those. So I literally had to find something in the car that we in to get the snow off. Because my last option was using my hands. I didn't want to use my hands. I wanted to find something else to use before I went to that option. So I literally had to use one of my Nike shoes to take off all the snow and use my shoe to get all the snow off. It was like 2 people looking at me like I was crazy, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. And that's the only option I had really, other than using my hands. And not only that, I'm driving on the highway, I got all the snow off and everything the best way I could. I couldn't get the snow on the top of this vehicle off the vehicle because my shoe was small. I couldn't reach over the top. It would have been better if I had the car, windshield wiper or whatever. And so I couldn't really get a lot up there. Only get like the side of it, just the edge of it. And I get up the highway. I finally get into the street, get ready to approach the Buffalo Bills stadium. Soon as I stopped, when I got off the highway, all that snow that was on top of the vehicle went right to the front of the windshield. And I'm like, oh my goodness, yo, come on, come on, man. So I'm in the middle of the street, turn the hazard lights on so I can get out the car and, try to get all the snow off the front windshield with my bare hands. So now I get back in the car, my hands is freezing cold because it snowed a pretty good amount here. I'd probably say about 2 inches over the night. And so got all that off. I got my GPS on my phone so I can try to get to the Bill Stadium. So I'm driving and I'm, I don't hear the operator voice talking anymore. So I'm like, man, what's going on? Look at my phone and my map froze up. I'm like, come on. So now I don't know where I'm at. So I have to try to find, it took me about 5 minutes to find somewhere to find a parking lot where I could stop somewhere and reset my phone and reset my maps, whatever. So I finally got somewhere, reset my phone, and finally got back here. Good thing I didn't go too far from the stadium. I probably was like 5 miles out from where I should have been. But I got back here pretty quickly. So I'm just thank God for the snow not, tumbling over to the front windshield while I was on the highway. It happened when I stopped. So I thank God for him preventing that from happening, because if that would have happened, I was on the highway, it could have been bad. But I thank God for it happening when I stopped, in the streets. So anyway, I want to get a shout out to my wife. Baby, I love you. I love you so much for being there for me. I love you for, having my back. A lot of people don't know this, but I wanted to quit on this dream a long time ago. Like 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. And every year when something doesn't happen for me, around OTA or training camp time or during the draft, free agent signings, when nothing doesn't happen for me during those few months, and when the season starts, I pretty much okay, maybe next year. But not only that, I be wanting to quit to the point where I'll have the mindset to give up. And I'll talk to her about it and say, babe, we're doing all we can. This ain't happening, that ain't happening. 2017, had to talk with her. 18, had to talk with her. 19, talk. 2020, another talk. You know what I'm saying? So all those years where I wanted to give up, my wife, she would, give me that spark. She would talk to me and give me that fire and encourage and motivate me to not give up on this dream, because, this is what God has for me, and God has his own timing of doing things. And the main part is make sure you be patient, make sure you stay focused along the process. I know patience is hard, but patience is the key to success. Sometimes you have to, wait sometimes. Sometimes God gotta groom you to make sure you're ready for what's to come for you. Make sure you're ready for the next level. So sometimes you have to wait so God can groom you and prepare you for the other obstacles you may deal with, when you reach your destiny. Because God want to make sure that you're ready for what he has planned for you. So I've been waiting since 2016. This is year number 5. And if this doesn't happen this year in 2021, then maybe 2022, maybe 2023. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep on staying patient and keep on waiting until God feel like I'm ready for that blessing. I know it's hard. It is hard. It sucks to wait a long time, but we have to follow God's direction and orders and guidance in order to get where we want to be in life. But I thank God for my wife. I thank God for you for being there for me. When we got married, we married each other off of love. I didn't have a vehicle, I didn't have no house, I had no money, I had no job. We married each other because we loved each other. By us being married, and by us getting married when we did and how we did it, based off love, we were able to build our foundation together. We was able to put bricks down and put a platform down together so we can build together and build our foundation together. And I just, we got 2 kids, we both are, God has been blessing us to where we are, pretty much okay. We got food in our refrigerator, we have a vehicle, we have a roof over our head, we have clothes, we both have a job. And that's all I could ask God for, just making sure that we can at least be above water, and not drown and not sink. But I just thank God for him blessing us and our family and our kids. We have 2 beautiful sons. And so yeah, I want to motivate everyone that's watching this, make sure you find a significant other that's going to be there for you through thick and thin, through sick and health, through rich and poor, through everything, through our ups and downs. Make sure you find someone that's legit like that. But just find somebody that's for you. Find somebody that that's meant for you, that's going to be there for you, that's going to accept you for who you are, and that's going to be there for you whenever you're feeling down. Someone that can cheer you up and bring you back, wake you back up and bring you back in the game. And that's what my wife do for me. She bring me back in the game whenever I feel like I want to check myself out. So Nefertiti Givens, I thank you for being on there for me. Thank you for coming with me on this journey, on a 7-day journey. And I appreciate all the things you've done so far. You have put in ideas. A lot of people don't know this. My wife be calling these coaches, emailing these coaches. She be finding new ways that I be like, how you find that? Where you find that from? How you get his number? How you get that email? My wife be finding stuff, but it be amazing me. A lot of people don't know this, but my wife does a lot of background, behind the scenes stuff for me to get to where I'm at today. And I couldn't have done it without her. And I just want to say I love you and I thank you for all you have done thus far. All right, this is day 3. Let's go do this walk. It's snowing outside. It's 32 degrees. But you know what? I can't quit. I can't let the weather stop me and keep me in this vehicle. I gotta do it. I gotta complete what I came here for. I traveled 417 miles to complete this mission. I can't let nothing stop me at any cost. So day 3, here we go. Alright, what's up y'all? I just completed day 3 of my 7-lap walk. And I tell you what, I think today was more brutal than it was yesterday. The wind was chill. It's already 32 degrees outside, so by the wind blowing just a little bit, it wasn't blowing as hard, but it was blowing it was pretty mild. I'd probably say it felt like it was 25 degrees outside, and just on top of that, it started hailing a little bit on my 5th lap. And on my 5th lap, I remember recalling my body was telling me to go back in the car and go home, go back to the hotel. But I had to keep telling my mind, my mind had to tell my body to just, how bad do you want it? I kept repeating that to myself as I was getting hell all over me, all over my body, my face, and my hands. I had to keep telling myself, how bad do you want it? I began to start yelling to myself like, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? I had to keep on telling myself that, because this is how bad I want it. This is how bad I want it. I drove 417 miles, me and my wife and boys. We drove 417 miles, 6.5-hour drive to get here. That's how bad I want it. I've been doing this for 5 years, phone calling, sending emails, voice messages. That's how bad I want it for 5 years, and I'm still doing it. That's how bad I want it. And I came this far because I want it this bad, and I can't go back. I can't let nothing stop me. I couldn't quit. My body and hands was freezing. It kept telling me to go back in the car, go back. But I had to tell myself, how bad do you want it? You came this far. You can't go back. Keep going until you finish your mission. You came this far for a reason. You can't let nothing stop you, hinder you, or interfere with what you got going on. So then after that, I began to pray to God. Start praying to God like, God, continue to give me guidance, God. Give me the power, God. Give me the strength. Give it to me, God. Thank you for being good. Thank you for your grace and mercy. Thank you. I started praying really hard, asking God for people to come see my sign, for people to see how ambitious, how I'm determined, and how much desire I have to be standing out here in this cold weather and all the snow is pouring all over me, to stand right there at the edge of that driveway with my sign holding up. That's how bad I wanted it. And I stood there for about 30, 40 minutes. Every time somebody came out the driveway to leave, I want to make sure somebody sees my sign, because you never know who will be that right person, that one person. So all it takes is one person to refer the message on my sign back to headquarters. So all it takes is one person. So I'm waiting on that one person that God will send this way, send my way, to send my message back to headquarters, send my message back to Brandon Bean, Joe Schoen, Sean McDermott, somebody that has the power to recruit me and give me a chance. All eyes on deck, as I said. All eyes is on deck. But I thank God for today. I thank God for giving me the strength to stand through that storm I was just in. My hands is cold, about to get this car warmed up, warm my hands up and go back home. But day 3 is complete. And we'll see what day 4 brings. We'll see what tomorrow brings. But, just a little motivation. We're going to have some sunny days, some rainy days, some cloudy days, some snowy days, and some stormy days and nights. But no matter what obstacle you're going through, remember, you got to do whatever it takes to get to where you want to be in life and your destination. Because every day is going to be a different day. Every day ain't going to be sunny. Every day not going to be a snowy day. Every day not going to be a rainy day. But whatever day you got, whatever day that comes upon you, you got to stand strong in it. You got to take advantage of every opportunity given to you. Because it rains on everybody. The sun shines on everybody. The rain pours on everybody. The snow comes on everybody. It ain't just on one person. Everybody, nobody is exempt for what kind of obstacle you go through, what kind of weather that comes your way. Everybody gets the same treatment. But through the midst of that, you always can find peace in it. You always can find a way out of trouble. You always can find a way to escape. You always can find that road that you've been looking for to get to your destination. So keep that in mind and remember that tip. Never give up, never quit. Thou shalt not quit.